Welcome to another episode of Shaw Sports and Faith, SSF. And what we're talking about today is, it's hard to play with LeBron. Man, it is hard to play with LeBron. Since LeBron started the way with the super team, or at least you want to say the super team, when he went with, who was it, the Miami Heat. And when the Miami Heat lost, well, except for the first year when LeBron just didn't play well at all, and some would call it the biggest choke artist or the biggest choke series ever from a superstar. After that, whenever Miami lost, they blamed Chris Bosh. They blamed Dwayne Wade. Then when he went back to Cleveland and played with Love, whenever they lost, they blamed Love. And now he's with AD. Whenever the Lakers lose, I don't care what, it's always AD fault. No matter what, it's all AD fault. And when you look at the stats, you're talking about Chris Bosh the year before he came to Miami. The man was averaging 25 points per game. When he came with Miami, his points went from 25 to 18. Kevin Love was averaging 26 points and like 15 rebounds the year before he came and played with LeBron. When he played with LeBron, his numbers went to like 16, 17. AD numbers are still solid, but every time they lose, it's always AD fault. I'm going to let y'all listen to this little segment of Sports Center when they're talking about the Lakers when they played a couple nights ago against Philly, when they got beat down by 44 points. I'm going to let you listen to what they criticize and talk about AD again, and then I'm going to come back with my commentary. Check this out.
The Sixers blew up the Lakers last night, 138-94. Joel Embiid was in MVP form, clinching a triple-double by the third quarter, finishing 30-11-11 on the night, while Lakers big Anthony Davis had 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Shannon Sharp, here's what I need to know from you, sir. Is Anthony Davis among the elite bigs in the NBA?
Are we including power forwards in that equation, Stephen A? Because
I'll let you set the rules.
No, if you want to, that's fine. That's fine.
Because when I look at fives, it's Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. They're head and shoulders above everybody else that plays that position. Right. But on the consistency, the reason why I bump him down considerably is because of consistency. I know Anthony Davis can give me 40 and 20 in a given night, but I also know he might give me 40-20 one night, and he might give me 11 and 8 the next night.
How about that?
There's two games this season in which the man is giving me 0 points in the second half. What am I supposed to do with that? And then people get, man, y'all too hard on AD. He gave me 1 rebound in a game in the first half and then gave me no points. And he followed it up later this season and gave me no points in the game. It's his lack of consistency that's disturbing for someone that talented, that skilled, to not be able to bring it on a nightly basis. Giannis, obviously, I just watched Sabonis. Just give him 29 and 17. Man, no, yes. You know what, Stephen A? He's almost an elite big by default because there's so few great bigs in the NBA. Yeah. So you have to put him up there just based on the talent. And he's a top 75 player all time. And we're still having to ask, man, when is AD going to be consistent? When is AD going to give it to us on a nightly basis? Questions that we've never, ever had to ask of another great.
Well, here's the indictment against AD, more so than anything else. When he was in New Orleans, he gave you more consistent production when he was on the basketball court.
There wasn't expectations.
I understand that. But how the hell do you give less when LeBron James is your teammate?
Because LeBron James is your teammate, you got somebody to bail you out.
Well, what I was saying, you got somebody to bail you out. But what we're talking about is this: when you're playing with someone who is so great, the reality is that this is my indictment against Anthony Davis. You're not in condition. I'm going to ask the question on national TV. I'm not going to make any accusation. What the hell you doing with your body? How you working out in off season? I'm looking at you. I mean, what do I see? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, are you going to get yourself together? We see a guy in LeBron James, forget his basketball greatness. The brother looks in peak condition all the time.
Yes.
Whether he's bigger or smaller, he looks in peak condition all the time. That's it. When have we said that about Anthony Davis? What are you doing with your body? What are you doing in LA playing all season. He's going against Embiid 8 times. You know what his record is against Embiid?
1 and what?
1-7. Embiid has beaten him 7 of 8 times, averaging 25 and 10 against him. Embiid has hit a few three-pointers, like 10 of whatever. I forgot what it was. Anthony Davis is 0 for 13 from three-point range when playing against Joel Embiid. That's what I'm looking at right now. And I'm saying to myself, come on, man, something's got to give. 0 and 13, Embiid is 10 for 31 from three-point range, 25.3 points, 10.8 rebounds, 4 assists. Anthony Davis is 23-11 with 1.9 assists, 0 for 13 from three-point range, 1-7 record against Joel Embiid. This is why, think about it this way, Shannon, this is the best way to put it. Wilt Chamberlain is one of the most dominant forces we've ever seen in the history of basketball. We all know this.
Right.
But why don't you mention Wilt Chamberlain in his top 5? You got to find a handful of people that'll mention him. You know why nobody else mentions him? Because when he went up against Bill Russell has 11 championships.
Right.
Wilt Chamberlain had 2. Okay? When you look at Anthony Davis and you see him go up against other big men, what do you do against them?
Right.
It matters.
Wait, so is he or isn't he?
Is he what? Elite big man?
Okay, that's enough for that video. Like again, the Lakers lost by 44 points. And instead of them talking about the game or how it wasn't Anthony Davis' fault that they lost by 44 points. It was the team, it was the coaching, it was the whole team as a whole. But yet they highlight AD and says, oh, it's his fault they lost. He sucks. The man, if you look at his numbers, the man is averaging 21.8. You might as well round that off to 22 points a game. He's shooting 54% from the field. He's averaging 12 rebounds. He's giving you 3 block shots a game and 1 steal a game. The guy is only shooting 15 shots per game. The lowest amount of shots in his NBA career, I think, since his rookie or second year in the league. When you're talking about guys like Joel Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic, them guys is getting 20, 22, 23 shots a game. They are the focal point of their offense. So they able to get a rhythm because the offense is going through them. LeBron says that early part of this year, hey, AD is the man. We going through AD. Yet, I see numerous, I done watched a couple Lakers games. These guys, he don't even touch the ball. They don't even give him the ball. LeBron doesn't make a conscious effort to me to give him the ball. Darvin Ham, to me, is at fault to a certain extent because you're supposed to make sure as the coach, he getting the ball. He's getting 20, 25 shots a game. We making sure that AD gets the ball. Is AD at fault at some of this? Yes. But I put a lot of it on the coach. I put a lot of it on the leader of the team, which is LeBron, and some of the other guys that run point guard. They out there shooting jumpers, crossing over, step back jumpers, going to the basket. He ain't even touching the ball a lot of times I see on certain plays. So, but yet the media doesn't seem to see that, and they just blame everything on AD, as they always done with every teammate that LeBron has ever played with. That's why KD said it's toxic playing with LeBron. Not necessarily LeBron, but the media. Because if the team lose, they're going to blame everybody but LeBron. The saying is, heavy is the head of the man who holds the crown. Or, that means everything falls back on the leader. But not in LeBron's case. When you play with him, everything falls on everybody but him. I don't understand this, man. It's crazy. This man is a great player, but he don't get the ball. So how do you expect for him to dominate? LeBron shoots more shots than him. D'Angelo Russell's getting almost 15 shots. What is he getting all those shots? Austin Reeves getting 10 or 11 shots. Anthony Davis need to be getting that ball 25 shots a game. Last year when LeBron went down and they went through Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis led them guys to the playoffs when they was out of the playoffs when LeBron wasn't hurt. But this year he come back and he's not getting the ball like that when LeBron is out there. So Darvin Ham need to make a conscious effort to make sure AD get the ball. LeBron, as the leader of the team, need to make sure that AD gets the ball. But they're not. But instead of them, blaming those guys, everything they just blame on AD. I hope the Lakers trade AD. If I was AD, I would want to be traded. I get sick of this, hearing this all the time. I'm getting blamed. Zach LaVine, they wants to trade Zach LaVine. He keep being in trade talks. The Lakers talking about getting him. Trade Anthony Davis for Zach LaVine. You don't appreciate the man anyway. Trade him for Zach LaVine. The media talks about him. They could stop this mess. Trade him straight up. The Bulls would be much better with Anthony Davis for Zach LaVine. Honestly, if I was the Bulls, I would trade, what's that guy named? DeMar DeRozan for Anthony Davis. And shoot, the Bulls would be so much better because you get a guy that can score in the post, shoot the mid-range, play really good D, probably one of the best defenders in the game. And you got Zach LaVine, Caruso, other guys. And Lakers have the other guard with him, man. I'm sick of this, man. They just blame this man and blame. It's so unfair. And it's always been that way when you play with LeBron. So, yeah, this concludes my video. You guys comment. Tell me what you guys think. Man, it is hard to play with LeBron because the media makes it hard for you to play with LeBron. And LeBron is so used to getting the ball and having the ball so much and playing his style that sometimes it's hard to play with him. He's won with his style, but it's hard for just most players to play with him. And I'm going to do a video about that one on another topic. But yeah, thank you. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Peace and love.